Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Wednesday, June the 15th, 2016, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Betty Glaze, the wife of the late Sugar Glaze, 87 years of age, of Amarillo, former longtime resident of Muleshoe, died Friday in Amarillo. The graveside funeral services for Betty Glaze will be held at 10 Thursday morning at the Muleshoe Memorial Park, and that is under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Then a memorial service will be held after the graveside service at 11 o'clock Thursday morning in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, where she was a longtime member, with her pastor, Dr. Stacy Connor, officiating. Betty Glaze was born May 21st, 1929, in Pottawatomie County, Oklahoma. She married James Glaze, known affectionately here in Muleshoe as Sugar Glaze, at the Lasbuddy community on April the 13th, 1949. Betty Glaze was a long-time resident of Muleshoe. She was a member of the First Baptist Church here, and she was preceded in death by her husband, Sugar Glaze, who died in 2005. Her parents, 7 sisters, and also 2 brothers. Survivors are her son, James Benton Glaze, and his wife, Susan, of Twin Falls, Idaho. Her 2 daughters, Harriet Bynum and her husband, Eddie, of Amarillo, and Sandra Figley and her husband, Sam, of College Station. Of course, all 3 of the children were reared here in Muleshoe and graduated from Muleshoe High School. In addition, surviving Betty Glaze are 6 grandchildren: Sylvia Zuber, Michelle, Alice Hampton, Hannah, Rachel, and Victoria Glaze, and 5 great-grandchildren also: Sydney Zuber, Courtney and Landon, Cole, and Colin Flanagan. You can send online condolences to ellisfuneralhomes.com for the family of Betty Glaze. Please remember all of the Glaze family in your prayers. And repeating, Betty Glaze was 87 years of age when she died Friday in Amarillo. Graveside funeral services will be held first at 10 o'clock Thursday morning in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Then a memorial service will be held in the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe Thursday morning at 11 with Dr. Stacy Connor, pastor of the church, officiating. Lunch for the Glaze family will be served at noon on Thursday at the First Baptist Church Fellowship Hall for some 30 to 45 family members. A memorial service for Claudine Embry, another longtime former resident of Muleshoe, 86 of Lubbock, will be held Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock at the Muleshoe Church of Christ. Claudine Embry died Sunday in Lubbock. She was born in Brawley, California on November the 18th, 1929, to Arthur and Alma Lorene Helton Trapp. She was the salutatorian of the Muleshoe High School graduating class of 1946. She attended Drawn's Business College in Lubbock. Over the years, Claudine Embry worked for E.R. Hart Company, Dameron Drug, Clay's Corner Gin, Nichols Pleasant Valley Gin as a bookkeeper. She considered being a wife, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother as her most rewarding career. Claudine Trapp married Joseph Edward Embry on February the 1st, 1948, here in Muleshoe. They had 2 children, Johnny and Rhonda, and they lived in the YL community until 1961 and then moved to the Pleasant Valley community and then into town in Muleshoe before they moved to Lubbock to live near their daughter, and that was in 2005. Claudine was a member of the Muleshoe Church of Christ for over 50 years and attended the Broadway Church of Christ while living in Lubbock. She was a former member of the Pleasant Valley Social Club and volunteered for several years at the beauty shop in the Muleshoe Nursing Home, now known as the Parkview. Claudine was preceded in death by her parents, Miss Arthur Trapp, her husband of 59 years, Joe Embry, who died April the 5th, 2007, her son, Johnny, who died June the 14th, 2003. Also, her brothers, Newell, Robert, and Doyle Trapp, and Randall and Byron Wilson, a sister, Martina Tinney. She is also survived now by her daughter and son-in-law, Rhonda and Mac Hodges of Lubbock, her daughter-in-law and her husband, Tana and Jim Waldrop, and her grandchildren, Brian and Stacy Miller, John Embry, Donald and Lori Fritz, Chris and Susie Key, Cody and Jill Mull, and great-grandchildren Zachary, Cameron, and Cora Miller, Joseph and Lucy Fritz, Harper and Isla Key, and Audrey and Caleb Mull. For 5 years, she has lived at the Wiltshire Place in Lubbock. She had a great love for the Lord and her husband, her children, grandchildren, but more especially for her great-grandchildren. Memorials are asked to be sent to the American Cancer Society, Muleshoe Memorial Park, or the charity of your choice. And remember the family of Claudine Embry, 86 of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, in your prayers, please. A memorial service will be held on Thursday afternoon at 3 at the Muleshoe Church of Christ, and that is where she worshiped as a member for so many, many years. Funeral services for Alicia Gregory, 67, of the Spring Lake Earth area, will be held Wednesday afternoon at 2 in the Spring Lake Baptist Church with Rob Norris, Ryan Smallwood, and Glenn Harlan all officiating. Bear will be in the Spring Lake Cemetery under the direction of Parsons Ellis Funeral Home of Earth. Alicia died Saturday in Earth. She was born June the 29th, 1948 in Amherst to James and Leela Faye Morrison, Washington. She married Tommy Gregory in Spring Lake on August the 18th, 1967. Alicia had lived all of her life in the Spring Lake Earth communities. She graduated from Spring Lake High School and Lubbock Commercial College. She was a former city secretary at Spring Lake, as well as secretary for 23 years to the superintendent of the Spring Lake Earth ISD. Alicia was a member of the Spring Lake Baptist Church, where her funeral is being held Wednesday. She was preceded in death by her parents. Survivors include her husband Tommy of the home, her 3 daughters, Kim Thedford of Anton, Casey Miller and her husband Scotty of Earth, and Keely McDaniel and her husband Richard of Shallow Water, her sister Jamie Myers of Muleshoe, and 7 grandchildren. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Alzheimer's Association, 3610 22nd Street, Suite 300 in Lubbock. The zip 79410, or the Spring Lake Baptist Church, Box 159. Spring Lake zip is 79082. You can send online condolences to the family of Alicia Gregory at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And please remember all of the Gregory family in your prayers. Repeating, she died on Saturday in Earth, and the funeral services for Alicia Gregory, 67 of the Spring Lake Earth area, will be held at 2 Wednesday afternoon at the Spring Lake Baptist Church, with burial in the Spring Lake Cemetery under the direction of Parsons Ellis Funeral Home of Earth. Funeral services for Doug Parrish, 79 of Earth, will be at 2 Friday afternoon in the First United Methodist Church of Earth, with the Reverend Charlie Johnson officiating. Burial will follow in the Earth Memorial Cemetery under the direction of Parsons Ellis Funeral Home of Earth. Douglas Parrish died Friday in Earth. He was born March the 26th, 1937 in Plainview to Gus and Emma Bell Carter Parrish. He married Helen June Gregory in Earth on June the 29th, 1956. Doug Parrish lived in the Earth community all of his life except for 2 years when he served our country in the U.S. Army. He was a farmer and also managed KMP Manufacturing Company in Earth. He was an active member of the Earth Lions Club. Doug Parrish was a member of the Earth Volunteer Fire Department for 20 years, and he served the city of Earth as a city councilman and also as mayor. He enjoyed doing community service. Doug always valued his time at the coffee shop. He was preceded in death by his wife, June, who was a teacher at Mary DeShazo Elementary School at one time. His parents, 3 brothers, Gus Jr., KB, and Charles, and 1 sister, Mary Miller Burkett. Survivors are 3 daughters, Stephanie Tanksley and her husband Randy of Lubbock, Joy Huber and her husband Billy of Keller, and Angie Milner and her husband Robert of Pflugerville. 3 sisters, Margaret Riddle of Plainview, Charlene McFadder of Odessa, and Carolyn Gibson of San Juan, New Mexico. 7 grandchildren, Dr. Stevie Daniel and her husband Trevor, Nichelle Huber, James Douglas Tankersley and his wife Marie, Kaylee Tankersley, Shelby Huber, and Michael and Zachary Douglas Milner. Please remember all the family of Doug Parrish, 79 of Earth, in your prayers. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Earth Memorial Cemetery, Box 523, or the Earth First United Methodist Church, Box 181 Earth, and that zip is 79031. You can send online condolences to the Parrish family at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, Doug Parrish died Friday in Earth, and the funeral services will be held at 2 Friday afternoon, June the 17th, at the First United Methodist Church of Earth. And burial will be in the Earth Memorial Cemetery under the direction of Parsons Ellis Funeral Home of Earth. Please remember all of the Parrish family in your prayers. Funeral services for Don Etheridge will be held Thursday morning at 11 in the First United Methodist Church of Lubbock, with Dr. Keith Wiseman, Associate Pastor of the church, officiating. Family graveside services were held here in Muleshoe on Wednesday morning in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. He was buried next to his parents, Bo and Sammy Etheridge, and that was under the direction of Rest Haven Funeral Home of Lubbock. Don Etheridge was 73 years of age and a Muleshoe High School graduate of 1960 when he died on Monday of a heart attack. Don was born July the 23rd, 1942 in Spur to Sammy and Bo Etheridge, who later moved to Muleshoe. The family came to Bailey County in 1948, where he was reared. He earned a BS degree and MS degree in agriculture economics from Texas Tech University and a PhD in economics from North Carolina State University. Don will be remembered as a passionate and caring husband, father, grandfather who dedicated his life to teaching as well as learning from others. His professional work included tenures with the University of Missouri, economic research for the Central Intelligence Agency, and the Economic Research Service of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. In 1985, he began his tenure with the Agriculture Economics Department at Texas Tech University, where he developed a prolific research program and became an award-winning teacher and student mentor, and engaged in outstanding service to agriculture entities throughout Texas. He served as chairman of the department during 1997 to 2005 and brought it to historically high levels of high-impact research and development. Survivors of Don Etheridge are his wife, Kathy Moody Etheridge, of the home in Lubbock, his daughter, Heather Etheridge, and her boyfriend, Craig. Also, one stepson, Todd Pitts, and his wife, Amy, and their children, his brother, Dr. Dean Etheridge, and his wife, Linnell, of course, both formerly of Muleshoe, his nieces, Lisa and Tiffany Etheridge, his brother Gary Etheridge and his wife Gail, and their children Aaron, Whitney, and Sierra, and a great niece, Story. Don is preceded in death by his parents, Bo and Sammy Etheridge of Muleshoe, and a nephew, Justin Etheridge, who was the little son of Dean and Linnell Etheridge. Online condolences may be offered at resthavenfuneralhome.com. And in lieu of flowers, please make memorials to the Texas Tech Foundation, Don Etheridge Scholarship, Box 42123, Lubbock, the zip 79409, or Meals on Wheels in Lubbock, 2304 34th Street, and that zip in Lubbock is 79413. And please remember all of the family of Don Etheridge, 73, of Lubbock, a Muleshoe High School graduate of 1960, in your prayers. And the graveside services were held here in Muleshoe on Wednesday morning, and the funeral service for Don Etheridge will be held Thursday morning at 11 in the First United Methodist Church of Lubbock, with Dr. Keith Wiseman, Associate Pastor of the church, officiating. It's time now for 5-Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications to bring you the weather. The high in Muleshoe on Tuesday was 93. The low was 56. and it was 56 degrees on Wednesday morning officially in Muleshoe at 7 o'clock. And first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area. Whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world, security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. As Mom mentioned, we've had some highs in the lower 90s so far this week, with Monday being 92 the high, on Tuesday 93. We should take a step up even warmer today on Wednesday with a high around 97 degrees. Sunny and hot, south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then tonight, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. Partly cloudy, low around 66. South winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sunny and hot tomorrow on Thursday. Again, even warmer, high near 99 degrees. Southwest winds around 10 miles per hour, mostly clear. Thursday night, low around 65. South-southwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Even hotter again on Friday. Sunny and hot, high near 101 degrees. West-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, clear, low around 65. Saturday, the same, sunny and hot, high around 101. South-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear, low around 66. Sunny and hot Sunday, high near 98 degrees. South-southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then Sunday night, clear, low around 65. A little bit cooler looking at next week, with highs only in the lower to mid 90s. So 5 Area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, is presented to you this hot edition of the weather forecast.
At the Monday evening Muleshoe City Council meeting, Eric McElroy was elected Mayor Pro Tem and installed as new City Council member for District 2, Austin Bammert, and in District 1, Colt Ellis was also given the oath of office, and he, of course, is not a new councilman on the Muleshoe City Council. The first movie in the park will be held Thursday evening at dark in the new city park of Muleshoe. The Blind Side will be shown, and the Muleshoe Girls Softball League will operate a concession stand at the new city park for the first movie in the park for this summer. On this coming Sunday, June the 19th, it's Father's Day, so don't forget your father on that wonderful day. And also on Monday, June the 20th, it will be the first day of summer. We'll be back with more Muletrain news, and we'll tell you about the tour to Muleshoe and about a former Muleshoe resident's new book coming out.
Libby Liao and Angelica Toscano want you to join them at Liao's Mexican Food Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. Come and eat anything from quesadillas to grilled cheese and the best hamburgers in town, open every day of the week. I especially like the bean and cheese burritos. I have traveled throughout Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado and never eaten at a better Mexican food restaurant than the original Liao's. This is Julia Reynolds, and I know that the original Liao's is the best.
And This edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant along with the First Bank, where the First Bank here in Muleshoe is proud to announce First Bank Online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. Transfer funds between accounts, make loan payments, view current and previous statement activity, pay bills online with Bill Pay Banking anytime with 24/7 access. Call or come by today. The First Bank right here in Muleshoe, 202 South 1st Street, 806-272-4515. That's at www.fbmuleshoe.com. The First Bank is member FDIC.
The 22nd annual Tour to Muleshoe bike ride will be held to benefit the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation this Saturday. And something new, kids, just for you, a junior Tour de Muleshoe for children 2 through 12 years of age. Register from 9 to 10 Saturday morning at the Bailey County Coliseum. Bring your own bike. You must wear a helmet, and there is no entry fee for the children. Laps will be run from 10 to 11 in the Coliseum. Prizes will be given. That's for 2 through 12 years of age, the junior Tour to Muleshoe. Now, the big Tour to Muleshoe will start at 8 Saturday morning. It will be a 100K, a 40-mile, and a 10-mile run. And this is a ride, not a race. Registration is $30 and can be paid between 7 and 8 Saturday morning. All riders get a water bottle, a collector's t-shirt, and also ride maps and ride number and a meal ticket. If you want to buy extra meal tickets, they're $5 each. And there are rest stops along the way. This year's Tour to Muleshoe bike ride will be sponsored by Leal's, Capital Farm Credit, First Bank of Muleshoe, Muleshoe State Bank, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, K&K Pharmacy, Mohawk Auto Parts, Shipman Body Shop, Bammert Seed Company, Evolve, and also Tire Works and Tire Pro. And kids, be sure and participate Saturday morning in the junior Tour to Muleshoe for children 2 through 12 years of age. Register from 9 until 10. Nyned Bovell Hammond of London, who was reared here in Muleshoe, has finished her 9th novel. This is the 2nd book in the trilogy of the Knowing trilogy. It is entitled The Deceiving, available on Amazon. One critique says it is a suspense-filled book. Nyned is the sister of Mrs. Charles Tommy Bratcher of Muleshoe. She also was reared here in Muleshoe with a brother, the late Bill Bovell. Nyned graduated from Muleshoe High School and is the daughter of the late mayor of Muleshoe and his wife, Waree Bovell. They had Bovell Motor Supply, later known as Bratcher Motor Supply, here in Muleshoe on Avenue B in downtown Muleshoe. Mrs. Eric McRoy of Muleshoe was honored with a baby shower on Saturday afternoon in the home of Valinda Miller. Assisting Valinda with hostess duties were Whitney Nixon, Jimmy K. Moore, Debbie Black, Robbie Claiborne, Starla Ellis, Jamie Davis, Jamie Saylor, Kim Hunt, Bobby Black, Stephanie Stone, and Little Miss Harper McElroy helped Mallory McElroy open the wonderful baby gifts. We want to say a big happy birthday to our Bailey County Judge, Sherry Harrison, who is celebrating this week, and also happy anniversary to Mr. and Ms. Eric Nixon. And congratulations to Dal Whalen and his beautiful bride-to-be Ashley. They were honored last weekend with a wedding shower. We'll be back and we'll tell you more about the 4th of July in Muleshoe, of course.
Father's Day is this weekend, and your Father's Day gift headquarters is at Frying Cox, 401 South 1st Street, Muleshoe, and Firewall Hardware, 305 Avenue A. Father's Day is Sunday, June the 19th. At Frying Cox, they have for your Father's Day toolboxes, shotgun shell coffee mugs, photo albums, metal Coca-Cola sign, rifle handle, fly swatter, lawn and patio chairs, great games for Father's Day, knit glove bundles for $8. Check out the great Traeger wood pellet grills with pellets and mesquite, hickory, apple, and pecan, and new metal art just arrived at Frying Cox, and crosses and stars, hats and cap racks, decorative boxes, yard art trellises, and crosses, along with much, much more. The special for June is the 16-inch pedestal fan for only $18.97 while supplies last. Swamp cooler air conditioners and Yeti coolers, along with weed killer and sprayers, and a nice selection of Roundup. Make sure to watch closely as Frying Cox Facebook pages that they will be giving away great gifts at Frying Cox right here in Muleshoe, 401 South 1st Street. Also Farwell Hardware, 305 Avenue A in Farwell, Texas. The Muleshoe Chamber of Commerce has scheduled a great 4th of July right here in Muleshoe on Monday, July the 4th, a day of honor. 4th of July parade will go down Main Street at 10 a.m. The lineup is at 9 a.m. All veterans, active duty military, and first responders are encouraged to ride in the parade and will be honored before the parade. Car show, lip sync battle, Little Miss and Mr. Firecracker pageants, antique tractor show, water polo event, hot dog eating contest, street dance with vendors, all at the Courthouse Square. Following the parade, Muleshoe pitching contest and open house will be at the Chamber office. Co-ed softball tournament will be held Sunday and Monday, July 3rd and 4th. Contact Michael Roscoe for more information, 806-729-9430. Then a flag football tournament will be Sunday and Monday, July 3rd and 4th. Contact Jesus Tovar, 806-566-5400. The carnival will be here in the New City Park July 1st through 4th. Fireworks then will be shot off at the New City Park by the Muleshoe Volunteer Fire Department at 10 p.m. on Monday, July the 4th. Entry forms can be picked up at the Chamber office or City Hall for all these events. For more information for the parade entry, car show, vendor booth space, firecracker pageant, call 806-272-4248. Entry deadline is June the 27th. The swing bed program is available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still needs time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. Call for more information about the swing bed program. Lucy Garcia, RN, 806-272-4524 to see if you or your loved one qualifies for the swing bed program at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 708 South 1st Street. Again, call Lucy Garcia, 806-272-4524.
The Muleshoe 4th of July Golf Scramble will start at 1 on Monday, the 4th of July afternoon at the Muleshoe Country Club, and it will benefit Muleshoe Meals on Wheel. Entry fee is $35 per person, and lunch donations will also go to Muleshoe Meals on Wheels. The Oneida Wagner Senior Citizens are now selling tickets for their fundraiser for the 4th of July. It is a playhouse that could be used as a storage house, and it is $10 for each ticket, or 3 tickets for $25. The drawing will be at 2 o'clock. You do not need to be present to win on the 4th of July at the Senior Citizen Center, Main and Avenue D in downtown Muleshoe. And you can go by the center and buy tickets in the office or from any board member of the Oneida Wagner Center. Now, they will also serve a barbecue on the 4th of July at the center for the public from 11 to 2, and there will also be a silent auction. On your prayer list, please remember Eileen Bryant, who is a patient in the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. And, of course, remember Cleo Ward and his wife Ruby and their family also in the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Frankie Carpenter was brought this week to the emergency room of the local hospital and then transferred to University Medical Center in Lubbock. Please remember Frankie Carpenter, her husband Jim, and all of their family in your prayers. Also, Ruth Guzman has recently had surgery and complications. And so please remember Ruth Guzman and all of her family in your prayers. Debbie Nix Ridlin of Sudan is on our prayer list. And the Reverend Brad Reeves of Amarillo, former pastor of the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe, will have a heart problem corrected on July the 27th at St. David's Medical Center in Austin. And they're hoping and praying that that surgery will be moved up. Also remember the families of former pastors of the First United Methodist Church who died during the past year, the Reverend J.B. Fowler and the Reverend Russ Byard. The family of Tommy Briscoe, brother of Rachel Ontiveros, and Tori Alvarado of Muleshoe, who is in University of New Mexico Hospital in Albuquerque being treated for injuries that she received in a car rollover on the past weekend near the Clovis Airport. She is the daughter of Miss Eddie Alvarado, also of Muleshoe. The family of Guillermo Valdez, 55 years of age, who was killed on early Saturday morning about 1:30 in the wreck that occurred out on the Friona Highway. Also in that wreck on our prayer list is Chad Parker, 34 years of age of Muleshoe, who is in Covenant Medical Center, and Adela Ramos, 54 years of age, who was taken to University Medical Center in Lubbock. Robert and Martha Jo Black, Susie and Jim Pat Clonch, Jean Paul and Corlin Jarman, and these families, the families of Reed Markle, 21 months of age, Willie James, 81, Paul Porter, 76, and Leona Harris, 87.
Well, it is just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well. Find it free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Antique cars on the Bankhead. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They are celebrating 76 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. They're owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online, bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Dale Truitt of Commerce organized a caravan of old cars on the Bankhead Highway to celebrate the highway's centennial.
We were rolling on dirt and dust in 1916, and by 20 we were beginning to see paved brick. Others were concrete and others were asphalt, but all the roads got straightened and improved due to the first piece of federal legislation ever passed, and that's the Bankhead Bill in 1916.
Dale knew a lot of people with classic and antique cars.
People that had independent automobiles made by Nash and Hudson, Studebaker and Graham and so forth. I thought, I'm going to just start a small parade across Texas Little did I know that it was going to catch on like wildfire, and the towns were going to really get excited about it. We restricted it to all original cars of the teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, with a sprinkling of early 60 cars.
You had a 1914
14 Dodge and a 15 Packard. And some of these cars people have never heard of.
50 vehicles left Texarkana in late April for a 4-day trip to Odessa. About half of them made it all the way.
It's a 1932 Graham convertible coupe.
Well, it's a 1915 Packard. It's a 7-passenger touring, 3 in the back and 2 in the front seat, and then 2 jump seats.
My car that I'm driving here today is a little 55 Champion Studebaker, and it's got a little flathead 6, runs like a top.
This is a 1929 Graham Page. Graham as in graham cracker. The receptions that we have gotten from the schools and the small towns, I will remember this for the rest of my life. I mean, when I'm talking about my fondest memories, this is going to be one of them. It's just been amazing.
How has this trip been for you?
Oh, terrific. And I love history. The Bankhead Highway was an extremely important project for the whole United States.
It's great because there's so many generations, the little tiny kids, and their grandparents are bringing them out and telling the stories about how their granddad owned a car like this.
Drivers of antique cars on the Bankhead Highway. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in Muleshoe at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. He's member SIPC. He can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Wednesday, June the 15th, 2016 at 11:15 a.m. U.S. stocks are higher in early trading following a 4-day slide as investors focus on the Fed rate decision later this afternoon. In economic news, a gauge of U.S. businesses' prices was pushed up in May by rising energy costs and a spike in seller margins. A separate report showed U.S. industrials output declined in May amid a drop in auto production. Treasuries continue to see increased demand ahead of the Fed announcement later today. In the S&P 500, the best performing sector is financials, where the worst performing sector is utilities. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 67.87 at 17,742.69. The Standard & Poor's 500 Index is up 7.76 at 2,083.08. The Nasdaq Composite Index is up 19.49 at 4,863.04. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate with 220.44 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbering decliners by roughly 4-to-1 margin. In the commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $2.26 to $1,283.50. The spot price of silver is up 8 cents to $17.47, and crude oil prices are down 27 cents to $48.22. The 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.40%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 1.59% in the bond markets. Some stocks of area interest: Merck & Company Incorporated is down 0.14 on the day to 56.11. Deere & Company is up 0.08 to 85.22. XL Energy Incorporated is down 0.57 to 42.22, and General Electric Company is up 0.30 to 30.75. The market report has been brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, member SIPC. He's at 104 West 2nd Street right here in Muleshoe, 806-272-4102. Check him out online at www.edwardjones.com.